Hello everyone, this is Matt with InReel. Today I'm heading out to the Louisville Recreation Area in Louisville, Nebraska, and I'm going to be fishing this Ned Rig for the first time ever. I got some tips that they've been working very well this year, especially in green pumpkin, and I want to give it a test.
Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, we got one on the board. Little TRD fatty bass. This will be my very first bass on a Ned Rig. And he may be smaller, whoa, and aggressive, but he is a chunk. He's eating good over here. What should we name him? We'll call this guy Ned, because he's kind of a Ned Rig. You want to let him go? Go ahead and grab his mouth there. Remember, he can't hurt you. You're in charge, remember. You're the one in charge. There you go. Boom, first one on the board. Oh, Mom got one. What we got? Oh, we got a nice bluegill. Yep, grab the ball.
Okay.
So
now grab him. Right?
Yep, and you want to grab him from the other side. Yep, and grab firmly. Remember, you're in charge.
Yep, both sides.
He can't hurt you from down there.
Both sides. Hold him tight.
Yep, now hold him tight. Okay. And then, nope, keep holding him.
Yeah,
okay.
Hold him tight.
Yep, you had it. See, so you grab here, grab here. Once he's secure, you're completely in control, right? And then you can pull the hook out.
He's like, all right, I'm ready.
Push the head down. Yeah, be more forceful. So if you think about it like this, see how it's in there? You want to push the head down, and then you're gonna basically work it out by twisting a little bit. So we got a nice little fat bluegill again. Ah! So that's what I'm throwing today. TRD, green pumpkin on a mushroom head, 1/6 ounce. Coming to a new spot over here. See if we can get some bass out of here. Got something. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got a nice one. Got a nice one fighting over here. Oh, got a nice little chunk over here on the Ned Rig. Number 2. My daughter wants to come over and see him here real quick before I get this hook out. Oh, that's pretty deep in there. Pull this line up for me. Grab it and pull, like pull straight up. There you go. Should be one more. We should be good. Okay. All right, say bye. And he's off. There we got another one on a TRD. And this one, luckily, isn't hooked as deep. It's a swinger. All right, let's get this off of you. Oh, it's deep in the bone. That's not good. There we go. Let's let him go. Well, kids just went home, and I'm still out here working some of the later day bass. We'll see if we can get anything going out here. Typically, around this time of day, they might get a little bit more active. Heading over to the other side of the lake. See if we can try some of the timber and fallen trees on that side instead. So far I've been fishing it's a sand pit, but I've been fishing the sand banks, and now I'm gonna go try to actually get down in the trees a little bit. The key things with the Ned Rig is that one, you want the actual bait to float. So typically you're gonna use the Z-Man Elastec. And number two, you want to make sure you're using light tackle. I'm using a medium light 7-foot rod, and I'm using braid, but I'm using very light leader on here. It's fluorocarbon. It's about 10-pound test. This is very clear water. They can see it. So you want to use the lightest you can get away with. Another nice one. That's a couple pounder. I'll take him. Nice looking bass. Right in the roof of the mouth. And there we go. Whew. I don't know if you can tell here, but these are some pretty steep embankments that I've been rushing down whenever I get a catch. Some of them seem like they're straight up and down vertical drop. One of the keys to this Ned Rig is you want to work it very slowly. And even these hops I'm doing are a little aggressive. And the reason I'm doing that today is because I've noticed that this body of water, the faster I move, the more everything activates. This time I'm swimming it back instead of hopping it. Just trying a little bit different presentation. See what they go for. It does have a pretty decent amount. Oh, there we go. Got another one. A little bit smaller guy, but we'll take him. Another Ned Rig bass. I try to set the hook sooner now if I can, because they've been getting it deeper and deeper into their stomach, or deeper into their throat. And it's been very difficult to get out. But I got this guy here. Very nice bass. So I had a couple of friends put me onto this lake here. Bob and Steve Lewis, twin brothers. that I grew up with a little bit. Went to school and that kind of thing together for quite a while. And with this braid, you can really feel the bites. You can feel the bottom, you can feel everything. So I do a braid line to a fluoro leader. Keep that sensitivity, but in this extra clear water, and make sure that they can't see the line very well either. And always put a little bit of super glue where that TRD meets up with that jig head. Keep a nice connection. Sometimes just work it, pause. Work it, pause. Maybe even count to 5. Give it a nice 5 to 10 second count. Now you see, I'm casting straight out in front of me. But sometimes you want to cast down the shoreline as well. So I'm gonna do that next. So instead of working towards myself, I'll be working across the lake. And the reason you do that is because a lot of times that's the bait fish movement. They'll follow the shoreline and work their way around the shore. And if you mimic that, it's a very natural pattern for the bass. All right, now I'm gonna go across. And it looks like I just scared a bass over there actually. But I'm gonna work this across. I don't know if you can really tell here, but I'm going parallel to the bank, or as parallel as I can get it from here. And I've got a couple of hits already. Let's see if we can get one to grab it. There's a lot of activity here. Everything's starting to turn on. It's a little bit later in the evening. Now this is more the area I was talking about before, in the logs and trees. It's on the opposite side of the bank from where I was earlier. Well, my hook is bent a little bit. I'll have to bend that back in if I can without cutting myself. So these light wire hooks are great for that hook set, but you gotta make sure, there we go. You gotta make sure that that hook is at least parallel to that bait. So like I say in my other videos, whenever you're walking this shoreline, you do not want to be having big, heavy footsteps. And I apologize for that train again. But you do not want heavy footsteps because the fish can feel it and they will scatter. So I found this path that weaves itself back here with all these trees and everything. So maybe, I'm thinking there should be some nice bass sitting out here, but it's also pretty shallow. Will I regret not fishing here? If I don't, probably. Well, that's why I wore my heavy boots today. I didn't know what I was gonna get myself into, so let's see. See if I can maneuver over enough to get unstuck. That's quite a ways over there, isn't it? I'm not sure what way that's stuck on there. Let's see. There we go. Persistence pays off. Getting out of here might be easier just walking in the water than the way I came in. Oh wait, hold up, this looks promising. There we go. Little thing we can climb up, but I see a fence. That's not good. All right. I think we'll start heading back the other direction and get rid of this black widow. Another good thing about a fishing pole when you're hiking. Well, there you go. This is part of the fun of a new lake or new river. As long as you don't hurt yourself, exploring's fun. All right, so we have a power station. I do still see a fence though. So I may be out of luck at this point. Yeah, so I'm gonna head back to the open water, see if we can hit some more before I head out. So as I'm heading back to the other side of the lake, I would like to do a little PSA. When you're out in these sticks, when you're out in these forests and thick bushes and things, make sure you are checking yourself for ticks. As we all know, they can cause Lyme disease, but always check for ticks, spiders, anything like that, especially when you're done. A lot of times they'll be sitting in your clothes right on the edge of your hip, back of your shirt, and on your hat. And you do not want to take those bad boys home with you. With these TRDs, since the TRDs are so long, sometimes you'll pull it out, they'll just grab the end here, and they won't actually get hooked yet. One thing I do have to say is, I see a decent amount of trash out here. A lot of it looks like beer bottles, alcohol containers. But guys, pack in, pack out, take your stuff with you. I'd much rather catch a bass than a Michelob Ultra. Now it is risky fishing right over the top of these bushes, because to land a fish, I'm gonna have to take it over to a different area. But my buddies have caught some 3+ pounders out of here, so I think it'll be worth it. This is another reason why it's nice to have a nice long rod. Lift it right over the bushes onto the next spot. And I will welcome any "that's what she said" jokes down in the comments, because I would have said it. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm fishing backwards. Everything I've already been through, I'm fishing again as I head back towards my vehicle. So now they're gonna see it going a different direction. And hopefully, like there, I can wrestle this guy in. And I have no idea how big he is. Probably a little bit smaller, since I'm able to pull him fairly easily. He's trying to get me into some sticks. Oh, we'll see if we can get him out of here. There we go. Right in the side of the mouth. Nice shot. As you can see, my hook has seen better days. It's already pretty bent up, but there's that little guy. I don't know if you can see him or not in the dark. And again, these guys are seeing a totally different direction, different tactic on the way back. And I could hit the same fish again. Maybe I'll start tagging them so I know. A lot of sticks, a lot of movement on the bottom. So I gotta be careful here, because if they do grab this in this spot, I've got that wood sitting right there. And I don't know if I'll be able to get it. Okay, yeah. I do not want to get snagged way out there. I don't mind going out to get it, but I've already had a couple run-ins here today. I don't want to make a career out of it. But thanks again, Bob and Steve Lewis from Omaha, Nebraska, for putting me onto this lake and onto a Ned Rig with a green pumpkin, because they have been loving that today. And so have all the other fish in here. Everything's hitting it. If I throw it out there, it gets hit 100 times on the way back. And if you know anything about the Z-Mans, they do float. So when this guy's on the bottom here, when this is on the bottom, it's not dragging like this. This is standing straight up. So you drag it and then it goes back up. And that's what really entices them to bite, is that extra movement, the extra motion that it has. So I brought out an entire tackle bag full of gear for this fishing trip. And all I've used is the very first Ned shroom head and the very first TRD that I put on this entire time. They've lasted all of this fishing easily. TRD still looks brand new. No rips, no tears. I'm a fan. That would save you so much money. I would have gone through probably 3 or 4 Senkos by now. It's always interesting to me when the water is like glass. The wind may be blowing here, but since the entire lake is kind of down in a little valley, there's literally zero movement besides the fish. And it makes it very easy to target them. All right, you guys, well, I just finished up fishing Louisville Lake number 2, and I'm heading back to the vehicle. I think I hit six or 7 fish. In the first few hours, I was actually helping my kids fish. So, considering I only technically got about an hour to myself, the 6 or 7 fish is pretty good. So, I'm gonna keep looking around these lakes. There are 5 of them. This one seems to be the most productive according to a few locals, but there are some very large smallmouth bass that are hiding in these other lakes, and I've never caught a smallmouth. So that's gonna be a future goal of mine. But again, thanks guys for watching.